That's why I know, yes, I know, hallelujah, I just love it so. When I'm in trouble and I have no friend, I know tell her that I'm all alone. By the time I come from 1 to 4, I hear her on my door. In the evening when the sun goes down, when there is nobody else around, she kisses me and she holds me tight and tells me, Daddy, everything's alright. So I know, yes, I know, hallelujah, I just love her so. Now if I call her on the telephone and tell her that I'm all alone, by the time I come from 1 to 4, I hear her on my door. In the evening when the sun goes down, when there is nobody else around, she kisses me and she holds me tight and tells me, Daddy, everything's alright. That's why I know, yes, I know, hallelujah, I just love her. Oh, hallelujah. Don't you know I just love her so. She's my little woman way across town. Babe, I'm a little fool for you, little girl.
Hello. Ooh, that was deep, wasn't it? Oh, hello. Green Day. Why are you playing Green Day? Why don't I want you to play Green Day? I want you to play more fucking Ray Charles, mate. Fucking hang on. That. Go! She's playing the same song. There we go. George. This was not what I wanted. You know what? Okay, you know. No. You know. Oh. Ooh.
I'm not ashamed.
Oh, that sounds good. Okay, I'll go with that. Start a station with that. Okay, hello. Right. I'm doing this because I was talking on Twitter about sort of future content. Because I sort of want to get back into YouTube with it. And I thought I might as well, rather than sort of deal with the awkwardness of Twitter, might as well do it on here. Well, I drink my morning coffee because I'm not really doing anything anyway at the moment. It's very little to do with 11 a.m. on a fucking Christmas Eve Saturday as well. So, you know, unfortunately most games, you know, are out. So essentially I'm off at the moment, as I've subreddit. Man of Steve Ray, oh, you want jazz. You want sort of jazz, you want soul, you want funk, come on. Right. So, I was having a chat on Twitter about my content. And I want to get back into YouTube. You see, this music's a bit distracting, I'll be honest. I need something a bit lighter than this, it's a bit... Hang on. Dun, 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 dun. No, that's a bit too much. Our Club and the Friends of the Breeze, JJ Kale, I'll do. Beautiful. JJ Kale, okay. So yeah, I want to sort of start doing YouTube content again properly, because I do stream. I'm sure you all know, you're watching a stream right now, funnily enough. And I'm sort of struggling at what to do with videos, because I feel streams are very limiting in a lot of ways. As much as I like streaming, it's very... Someone on Twitter called it the lazy way, the lazy content making. And you know what it is? I don't think lazy content making is bad. I don't think it probably will insult streamers, but it is. I mean, I think streaming inherently is a lazier way of making content than videos, because, I mean, it requires effort in different ways, but it is a lot easier just to click go and go. And you don't have to worry about editing. You don't have to. There's no process afterwards. Now, streaming on its own, you know, can be a bit more stressful. You know, you have to stream for longer periods of time, and you know, do all that bollocks. But generally, it's a bit more there and then and blah blah. So, it's somewhat limiting, especially like on live streams, especially like Nerdcube live streams. Okay, I'll give context to this. I've been on a few Yogscast live streams lately. I've been on some of the Jingle Jams with Hannah and Kath and a few others, and they have a full thing of a Yogscast. They have a big live stream room. They have a green screen. They have someone in a control room handling all the sound and all the footage and multiple computers and streams, and they've got all the cameras on there and they can do all these effects. But they have a dedicated person to do all these effects. You can't do that live unless you have a dedicated person. Even with the Nerdcube streams, you know, I'm trying to balance actually talking and commentating and, you know, actually trying to keep the stream going and moderate the chat. Same with my streams, really, except without Dan. Now, see, video making I've always had a bit of a problem with. Because my original videos, I'm just going to watch some of these, they were... Hang on. The context for that bit of dialogue there by Mr. Eric Clapton is he left his slide on his ring finger, so he wasn't able to play the song. You know what? It's kind of nerdy as fuck that I know that about the a live version of a live acoustic version of Alberta by Eric Clapton, and I know specifically, even without a video, I know specifically why he said hang on, because I've listened to this song maybe 100 times. Look, anyway, my early videos were very obviously Nerdcube inspired. Get my video manager. Go on. Yeah, they were very heavily Nerdcube inspired. Obviously, I don't think that is any surprise. Obviously, it's a good style of content. I think is the heavily edited stuff, but it never quite worked. I don't think. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause. Yeah, I'm going to pause the music because having me talking and then me talking to the video and music on at the same time will be a bit thingy. So let me put my fucking... hang on, where the fuck... There you go. I've got everything in a bit the wrong place. Game? Is that the thing I have it set to? No. High levels of memory, you're using 4 gigs. I've got fucking 32. XSplit, stop complaining. XSplit being a bit of a whiny bitch recently. Oh, there we go, desktop 3. There it is. Right. So, these are my earliest videos. That's my first video. This video was, come on. There we go.
Look at the shiny.
This video.
Do you want the shiny? It's shiny! And it's only just begun!
First video I ever did, right? Which was a parody of an Apple commercial. It was uploaded in 2010. So this is a 6-year-old, almost a 6.5-year-old video now. And the voice you're hearing there is Onision, who is a colossal dickhead. Now, he wasn't, he was still a dickhead at the time, but he was much less of a dickhead, and we were buds, he became a massive dickhead. Anyway, that's my first video, and I like sketch comedy content. I like that kind of stuff. I have a lot of ideas of that kind of stuff, but I really do not like being on camera. It's not like I'm kind of self-conscious, and also since I was a kid, I have literally almost a phobia of cameras, of having a picture taken. I can't explain it. Same reason some people are scared of fucking spiders or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. I find it very unpleasant. So I can't really make that kind of content, unfortunately. I have the space for it, actually. I mean, my office, it has a big space, which is, it's set as a VR space, but it's essentially a studio. It's whatever I want it to be. Unless I had actors and I got a green screen and a bunch of camera equipment, which I don't have. I can't really do that, which is quite unfortunate, because I think I'd quite like to. I think I'd be all right at it. And I was very tempted to become a director at one point, because it's kind of the stuff I like doing, but I never got into it, which is slightly regrettable. That's the first video I ever did. Now, No, that's the same video. Now, the first actual gameplay video I did was Assassin's Creed, and Assassin's Creed, a game series is quite liked. Assassin's Creed is a game series I've always liked. And I decided to do this, and I think Dan pushed this, because it's 2013 there was when it published. Was I working for Dan then? I think I was, wasn't I? I started working for Dan. Hang on. I've been working for Dan for 3 years or 2. I think it must be 3. It was April 1st. It's my official employment date. Because I thought it'd be funny. This is my first actual plays video, and this was pushed. Now let's have a look at this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mattophobia, and this is Assassin's Creed 1. Doesn't have the 1 in, but it is the first Assassin's Creed game. It's the original. This is what starts. I tried to speak up, but I wasn't very sure of what I was saying, and I kept putting emphasis on everything because I was new to it, and I was kind of somewhat trying to emulate. I was kind of trying to emulate Dan in a way, and I was trying to emulate. I think some of the heavily influenced by Sips. A lot of these videos, they were quite influenced by Sips and Dan. Now I'm more influenced by sort of Jim Sterling. That's where all the sex stuff came from. Blame Jim Sterling. He's bad influence on me. And this kind of video, I don't think I did badly for my first kind of video, because the thing is, I've edited a lot. And I edited a lot before this time. I've done a lot of hobbyist editing, I suppose. In school, I'd done like a lot of short sketches, and I filmed a lot of stuff, and it's gone. Never published it because I didn't publish to YouTube at the time. And I do sound very young in that video, and it's interesting because my voice hasn't really changed. It's like what? That was 2013, so I would have been I would have been like 18, 19. So it's not like I'm young, but like it's more a lack of confidence, and I've gotten very relaxed talking. It's talking. It's not even confidence. It's just being relaxed. Like, I'm not confident. Like, I'm not. Oh, yeah, I'm just relaxed now. Talking is easy. Talking to a live stream is easy. Talking to yourself is easy now. I've gotten very used to it. You do get used to it over time. It's definitely a practice thing. A lot of people ask, Chris has a video. It's like, well, you sound really unnatural, and you're overly trying. But the fact is, like, it takes time to naturally develop out of that, and it's okay to have that issue. But what the fuck Matt drinks? Why is that a weird thing? Why are you surprised I drink coffee? Anyway. Oh, no. Sorry, Bob. This was a very... Changing the camera. Oh, no wet. Fast paced. Shortcuts. I slice this wood. Now, I mainly did shortcuts because I couldn't talk for long periods of time. That's the reason Dan said he did all those logs up there. Which my sword I would agree with, but I don't think... The fact is, in the past few years especially, I've gotten, I think, very good at analysing YouTube videos. I'm very good at critiquing YouTube videos. But at the same time, it makes me overthink when I make my own content. Because, you see, I'm starting to see sort of gameplay stuff, more like actual filmmaking. Because in than that, like, the cuts valuable? Is what you're seeing important? You know, the problem with gameplay stuff that I realised when I was doing these videos is that a constant issue I had was that something that I needed to show in game that gave context to a later scene, I didn't say anything funny over, or I didn't say anything interesting over, or there was a weird cut or whatever. But obviously to give context to the whole narrative of the video, because the game is the narrative, the game is the stage, regardless of if you're there for the person. The game is the stage, the game needs to make sense, and the game needs to have a narrative. If you remove that context, if you go from a scene where, like, Altair is going through it. And if I cut all this bit out, it wouldn't make any sense what I was doing. Even if you knew, but a lot of people don't know. And it doesn't really work. There's no jokes, and I don't think jokes are necessary. I don't think I'm a comedian of any sort. I think I consider myself an entertainer. Irish coffee. It's not Irish coffee. It's normal coffee. A lot of coffee. I found out. I recently did the DNA test. 23andMe. You sort of spit in a fucking thing and you send it off, and they test your genome and give you a load of information on your genetic markers, which is really fucking. It's £150, but it's really fucking interesting. It's useless. I mean, you can find out some if you're at higher risk of certain conditions genetically, and it can actually match you with relatives through it as well who've used the service. Like I found a first or second cousin through it. But I found out that I have my caffeine metabolism is very fast, and as a result, caffeine has very little effect on me. Which has explained all these years why I need to put like fucking 5 spoonfuls of coffee in my coffee for it to even do shit. I don't usually drink coffee, just I've got like a Starbucks like fucking 2 minutes away, so I usually go there, but it's fucking closed at the weekends, so fuck it. Anyway, I don't think being funny constantly is important. I don't think constant jokes is necessarily good for the kind of content I make, because constant jokes, a lot of comedy it's the contrast. It's the reason I work well with other people. It's the reason I'm very good at collaborations. It's why I work very well with John or Dan in certain situations, or even Hannah, because like when you have a straight man and me being sweary or whatever, like the Henderson Challenge is a perfect example of that, where it was supposed to be contrasting. And I went a bit overboard with the anger on the Henderson Challenge. I should have ramped it up slower, because acting. But it's a good counter. A lot of comedy is about contrast. You know, you have the build-up, and you don't laugh during the build-up. You laugh at the punchline. But with YouTube, a lot of the punchline is very short joke. It's the kind of sort of kids movie style. What did they say? Like 5 jokes a minute or something like that. It's the average of some shows, especially comedy shows, like Friends or whatever, where they have really fast jokes to keep the audience interested. And that's what a lot of YouTubers do. I don't think it works for me. I'm not a comedian. I can be funny, but I'm not a comedian. And that's why Dan does edit his videos. So there's just a lot of jokes. I think you can tell definitely, especially if you look at the Planet Coaster Completes, where it is very slow and it's very relaxed, and there's a lot of downtime, and there's a lot of him going and how and there's a lot of. It's a thing with a lot of kind of videos like that, where you, rather than be silent, you fill those silences with basically pointless talk. And I mean pointless. I don't mean Lego talk. I mean just like, I'm placing a thing here. Or like, if you're in a game, it's like, oh, I'm going to run up here and jump over this. That's completely pointless talk. That is just to fill the silence. That's to fill the silence and keep the pace up. That's a thing you get into if you do YouTube for any little bit of time. And I'm okay at talking constantly. If you ever watch a stream, I can talk for fucking 6 hours constantly and be goddamn fine. It's just with streaming, I've got the chat to work off. The chats are very good. Chat's very good. Chat's very good. Because the chat, it's a really good thing to bounce off. You can, I know a lot of things in streams, for example, have sort of spiraled from a comment in the chat where I've said something and then I've went further on with that topic, and I've kind of jumped off and went to a different topic from that topic, but related, and then, we go on a big tangent. And often some of the best things are a result of that. That is very hard to do on your own. The problem with actual normal video making, why I ended up doing streams and I preferred streams, was because you've got the chat to work off, and they can get the direct feedback and the direct interaction. You can have a chat, you know, it gets a bit more relaxed, and there's a lot less pressure on jokes. And will this work? Do I have to write a note, you know, making notes? Will this work in editing? Then you've got to export it, then you've got to fucking edit the whole thing, and then you've got to rewatch it, and then you go, oh, it doesn't work, and you've got to re-edit it, and it takes fucking hours. You know, it's frustrating. You know, and Sips is very good at Lego Talk. Sips is very good at Lego Talk. Actually, one of the skills of Sips is that it's a skill neither me nor Dan have. It's the ability to, rather than say nothing, because saying, oh, I'm going to run over here and jump over this, it's pointless. It's not Lego Talk. It's guff. It's filler. But actual Lego Talk is talking about something unrelated. That's what I do in streams when I'm prompted. But to do that naturally is very hard. It's very hard. And Sips is sort of a natural at doing that. He's very natural at just sort of being very relaxed and just going off on something. But he's doing more streams now. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a little while. But, you know. And I like the more relaxed talk, you know. See, for my channel, I don't want to do the overly sweary kind of persona thing. I think that is fine. I like doing that. I think it works in certain contexts. But for my own channel, I want it to be more like I am now. Well, maybe a bit more funny, but not as serious as I'm being now. But, you know, I want it to be a bit more grounded. I don't want to be bread, fucking, pig, fucking. You know, I will have jokes in there that, you know, are going to be like that, are going to be weird and sexual or whatever. But, you know, I don't want that to be the focus. I don't want that to be, you know, I know it's easy to, like, Reddit. So, oh, Matt swearing man. You know, I've made a lot of jokes about that. I've got a book about that, and I'm fine being known as that. But I don't want my YouTube channel to be that, because it's very easy to fall into a trap like that. And if you fall into a trap like that, it's very hard to get out. You know, yeah, you don't want to have people subscribe for something. I want to be able to be more my natural self on here. If anything, just for my own fucking sake, you know, I'd rather people subscribe for me as me, rather than me not doing a character. I don't think it's me swearing as a character, but, you know, me doing exaggeration, or me playing it up, or me, you know, being overly sweary for comedic value. You know, like, I don't know if any of you, about this time on Wednesday. This time on Wednesday, it was Wednesday, wasn't it? My sleep's fucked up. This time on Wednesday, I was on the Jingle Jam. We played Tabletop Simulator, and it's very good in a situation like that. Like, one of the jokes I sort of did, which seemed to work quite well, was Hannah was a white piece. And I went in this whole racial tirade joke about, you know, what she said, what was it? She said, I'm not paying attention to where my piece is. Oh, it's because your piece is white. You don't have to focus on where you are, like, because you're fucking, you're fucking upper class white person, doesn't have to even consider where they are in life to get everything handed to them. Me as a blue piece, you keep me down, you know, and you go on a fucking tangent, and that works and that works really well in that context, because in that context where you've got, like, a straight person, and you're having normal conversation, getting that kind of, is funny, I think. And to a lot of people, it was funny, and it seemed to work well on there. And I'm not overly thinking that when I'm doing it. You know, it's not like I'm sat there going, when am I going to do it? You know, but it does work as a piece of content. I think that works. And, you know, having these big laughy moments mixed in with these, like, quiet moments is good. And it's hard to do that on your own, as I say, and that's the problem I'm having. Because I'm perfectly content with doing collaborations, right? I'd be very happy on this channel to do a bunch of videos with John, and a bunch of videos with Hannah, and a bunch of videos with fucking Dan, and a bunch of videos with Emma, or whatever, you know. I'm perfectly content and very happy to do collaborations, but I don't want that to be the main thing, because then, you know, you become an accessory more so than anything. You know, are you talking about GTA? So I know about the GTA. By the way, I'm perm-banned from GTA now. If you were here for my stream the other day and you took the link in the chat, well, sorry. I'm perm-banned because I already had a strike for fucking lagging. About a year ago, I was testing one of the tracks for the Grand Prix, which is cancelled now, but, you know, it was one of the first ones I was testing one. And I was in sync, I was literally alone. And my game stuttered, and then it crashed, and then I reopened, I was banned. So, because that was the first strike, and this was my second, I'm perm-banned. No, that's very nice of them. No appeal, good of them. Anyway, might as well my figures. I actually, mod mic, I'm using a mod mic 4.0 now. As I've got my good mic, I can, hang on. I can sort of just, like, at any point, you know, just sort of switch to my good mic and talk on here. And this will obviously be a lot higher quality than the other one. However, obviously, if I sort of lean back, or I lean or I face over here, or it just, you know, this is a better mic I use it for the podcast. But generally, if I'm just sort of chatting casually, I'd rather just use the mod mic attached to my headphones because I can lean about and it's all well and good. I've actually, but anyway, they mod mic are sending a. They've got a new one, a 5.0, which has 2 sound modes. One's a lot better quality, so stuff like this should be better quality in future because it's got Mod Mic 5 coming. Anyway, clouds, yeah, clouds are fine, but I don't want that to be the main focus. So what I would like help with is figuring out the kind of content to make on this channel, because I'm not quite sure what people like on here, because obviously I've done a lot of streams, and I know people like certain streams more than others. I don't know, I like certain streams more than others, but actual video content's different, and it's something that I'd like sort of feedback on before I start aiming down. You know, I'm fine with aiming down roads, and I'm not going anywhere. I may change my mind or whatever, but, you know, I would like some idea. You know, I don't know whether this fully edited style that I've got open here. Awfully wobbly.
The second temple gives us strength. Peace be upon you.
You know. Stabbed me in the armor.
We shouldn't risk.
It was that a funny
My
joke?
nose
Not really.
through the-
I mean, it was a comment. I got Stacey did stab him in the armor with a metal piece. It wouldn't go through it, but there was actually no joke to that. There was no payoff. You know. You know, this is the problem now. I really overthink YouTube videos and I overanalyze them. Like, I overanalyze down to fuck, to the point where, like, oh, this would be this and this, oh, this would be more audience, oh, and this, and I kind of try and be like, oh, I have all these ideas to Dan, and Dan's like, I don't care. I'm like, I know, but the game reviews, right. Game reviews, right? Okay, the Fallout 4 review, right, which I think is one of the best videos I've made. So you can see all my fucking stream archives in here as well. I want to point out all my stream archives are archived in a playlist. They're all listed in a playlist. I think all of them are listed in playlist, yeah. All of them are listed in playlist. If you go on my channel and go to stream archives, it's there. It's just so they don't fill the fucking upload feed or the sub feed or whatever. Just a playlist. So let's see. There it is. Fuck. Investigates Fallout 4. I did very well. 13,000 views. That which, I mean, the problem is with me as well is since I work with a lot of big YouTube channels, I see 30,000 views and I go, that's very little. I mean, it's a lot for my channel. That's like pretty much my entire subscriber base. But it's still quite small. It's a bit annoying. I have to get out of that mindset because I'm still a small channel. But anyway, that was very well. The problem with that video is I want to point out I made myself very ill making that video. I actually threw up. The reason there's no third section is because I was vomiting when I was going to make the third section. I was trying to make the third section and I threw up and I was like, I'm going to die. I mean, I can't, no. And then I just didn't do the third section because, like, the way I like doing reviews and the way I would want to do them if I ever did them properly is because where is it? I did because I did the Investigates for a while because I had a bunch of series going. I tried to brand them, which I don't think was necessary really. I think that's very restrictive. But I did. Can't find it now. I did a Fuck is it? I don't know. Look, I did an investigate on like Watch Dogs 1 and Assassin's Creed Unity, and they were just an hour of me rambling. It was basically a stream. It was just an hour of me talking about the game and running around pretty aimlessly. And I don't think that was good content. That wasn't good content, and I still think it was valuable. I mean, it was definitely a place like if someone trusts my opinion on those games and wants my opinion on those games, they are a good resource to get my opinion on those games. But that is still a small selection of people, and I don't think it's good content. It's not content that I want to be like, hey, you should watch this content, because it's not. I don't think it's good to be like, to a random person, hey, I think you'd like it. It's not. It's not very good content. Also, I'm not banning all platforms, just PC, but I never play it on. I uninstalled it from PS4, and I have no intention. I fucking barely. I don't really care, frankly. But Fallout 4 was very heavily edited. I'd recorded most of my gameplay. When I was playing, the entire time I was playing Fallout 4, I had the Elgato recording. So I had all my footage of Fallout 4, like all fucking 70 hours or whatever. And I did the same, actually, with Just Cause 3 and Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And I've got 2 half-edited reviews from a year ago, sat in Final Cut unfinished, because I recorded a lot of footage for them. The problem was, the way I like doing it is if I go, for example, Just Cause 3, I was talking about the side missions. I was talking about others, shooting missions and boating missions and everything. And for those, when I say shooting missions, I want it to cut to me playing a shooting mission. And when I say boating missions, I want it to cut to me doing boating missions. I want fast cuts in the background. I think that's a nice visual sort of thing. The problem is when I recorded that, because I didn't script them exactly. I sort of said big notes and I kind of kept going until it was worded properly. But when I recorded that and I went to get footage, I went, oh, I don't actually have any footage of this. And I had to go in and get the footage for each time and get it in. And then I ended up giving up on the Just Cause 3 one when I got to the point about talking about the last level. And the last level, I said about the fan mission in the game. I was saying about how shit the fan mission in the game was, and that it is just you fight this gold thing. Now I remember recording that, but I didn't have the footage. I couldn't find the footage. Now I don't know whether I couldn't find the footage because it wasn't there at all, or I just couldn't find the footage because there's 30 hours of Just Cause 3 footage. I recorded 30 hours of Just Cause 3 footage, and I went, okay, I can't get this. Okay, where the fuck am I going to get this? Like, I don't want to steal it off someone else. I don't want to replay the game. And then, I was like, okay, right, I'll find a workaround later. And I tried editing the rest of it, and it was like, oh, I was talking about blowing up a bridge, and then I realized I hadn't blown up a bridge, and then you have to go back in and record it, and it's just so time-consuming. It's so time-consuming, and I'm not good at scripting. I'm not good at writing. I'm good at off-the-cuff talking, like I'm doing now, sort of. And I sort of do retakes, but even when I plan, cause in a game like that, it's very much natural gameplay. You want to capture natural gameplay if you're just playing it, and you have 30 hours, and it's very hard to sort through 30 hours. And it's good content, it's just, to make that level of good content, it's a very, very big commitment. Like, for fucking the Syndicate review, right? For the Syndicate review, because I was editing it around the time I went to London for that, the outing, there's a video on Steve's channel, but we all 6 of us met up and went to see Matilda the musical, and we went for dinner and all that. And it was the work Christmas do, and it was about the time. And the next day after that, I went around London for 3 hours with my phone and got footage of a lot of the landmarks to compare them to the ones in Syndicate and go, this is what they look like compared to the real ones, right? These look, and I literally spent 3 hours walking around. That's the level of effort I put into it, because I think that's what makes good content. It's just I couldn't keep up the effort because I have a job and I'm busy, and it's frankly, it just stresses me out. It just stressed me the fuck out, and I just couldn't be bothered. Like, my editing process is actually very good. If you I edit all the podcasts. It's the actual video that goes up. Interestingly, I think the actual VODs of the podcasts are probably the only videos Dan doesn't edit on the channel, and I think that's been because Dan edited every video on the channel. With the podcasts, the only ones he doesn't touch, I edit them. and I have a process for that. In that, I have a drive on my PC, 3 terabyte recording drive. Everything gets recorded from that. Everything from XSplit, every stream VOD is in there. From everything, every recording from every vehicle. Oh, shut up! Whatever goes into there, and that's shared over Ethernet cable to my iMac. That's on a shared drive. I stick them into Final Cut, edit them down. Final Cut's got very good exporting speed. It's a very fast process. Final Cut's a very fast editor for stuff like that. You might disagree with use it, but it's a very, very fast editor. Even if you prefer Premiere Pro, Final Cut is pretty objectively, in a lot of cases, faster to export. It's a bit more efficient in what it does, and I like it, so that's fine. It's an efficient process, but it's still very time-consuming to do that style of review video. And as much as the content's good, I'm not good enough at the review style. Like, obviously, I'd get better at it over time. It'd become more efficient over time making the review stuff, but it's so time-consuming now. It's obviously getting over that first hurdle is very difficult. That I just can't dedicate the time to it. I just can't. And frankly, with the review stuff, it's I don't want to review something unless I played it all the way through. That was my rule for them. Like, for those new reviews, I didn't want to review them unless I played them all the way through. I wanted to be able to say, this is what the story's like, this is what the game. And the problem was, I don't play most games all the way through. And I don't actually play that many games. It's weird. I work in the games industry, and someone said into it before, when you do a series on interesting indie games, I don't play indie games. Like, I'm not really that into... I'm a movie guy. That's my thing is movies. I see, like, 3-4 movies a week in the cinema. I'm a movie guy. I love movies. That's my hobby. But games is a hobby still, but it's not... I've got a ridiculous amount of games on Steam, but I generally will only really play the AAA releases, and if someone really recommends an indie game, I'll play the indie game. But aside from that, I don't really touch games. And because of that, I can't really be like, oh, an interesting indie game. I don't care. Most indie games bore the fuck out of me. I don't know why. It's weird. So, obviously playing very few games too. As well, I can't really, if I'm recording, I can't really do anything else. Especially if I want the sound. You know, I can't sit on the Nike TeamSpeak, for example, and do anything on there. I can't watch a video in another screen. You know, I can review it. But when we're reviewing movies is, I don't want to review movies, frankly. Not because I don't like movies, but it's because I like movies that I don't want to review them. I like watching movies. I want to keep it that way. Because, like, if I start making... I don't know, I just don't want to have to deal with that, really. I don't want to be sat in the cinema going, ooh, what about that? I just want to watch movies and enjoy them. That's all I give a shit about. I've drank my coffee. My coffee's gone. Well, you know, I just want to watch movies. I mean, I've got 2 videos in the works now. I've got top 10 movies of the year and top 10 games of the year. Which are coming out. I will tell you, actually, let me open the top 10. I haven't actually chosen my top 10 movies. I'll have to go through all my ticket stubs and figure it out. I've got I've got vaguely an idea if it was in the top 10, but they'll be out at the end of the year. They'll be out at New Year's time. Especially with the movies, because there's some movies that's coming out like Christmas Day and shit. Including Assassin's Creed January. Fuck, I don't know. Let's have a look. Top games. There it is. I can tell you that the 10th top game is Headlander. There we go. There's a sneaky old peeky there. I've seen Rogue One. Yep. I generally see films within the week they're out. And that's it. And I kind of can't. That's very difficult to do. I can't dedicate myself to it, unfortunately. I liked doing the stuff at conventions. I did the EGX video. I really enjoyed the AAA video I did. Dan really liked that as well. He was saying, oh, he wish he could have had that on his channel. Where it was just a parody. It was like the start was a parody of a normal, like, really upbeat EGX video. And then it was just me going, it's shit, fuck it, shit. And that's funny, I think. You know, and I enjoyed that. The interview stuff, I think, was alright. I didn't do the interviews very well. Like, interestingly, when I went to EGX the first year, I arranged a bunch of interviews. And I filmed them. We were going to put them on the Nike channel, but we never ended up doing it. But the first interview we had was with Ubisoft for Far Cry Far Cry 4. Far Cry 4. That was the first interview. And I'd never done an interview before in my goddamn life. Came up with the questions on the fly. And it was fucking shit. Like, and there's this fucking angry, there's a Ubisoft PR person in the corner of my eye, just fucking angrily tapping his foot, because I'm asking about fucking field of view sliders. Yeah, I'm not really good enough at interviewing, and I don't think the content was very interesting. I think I asked decent questions, but again, I don't think the actual content was very engaging. It was very interesting, and if I don't find it interesting to watch, I shouldn't expect other people to. That's my kind of rule. I mean, I don't listen to podcasts, but I think they have value enough that I don't mind. But you know, and then the VR of the indies was just me talking about my opinions, really. And I can do that, but again, I don't think it's that engaging. I want engaging stuff, you know. There's a lot of me ranting. There's a lot of videos of me just talking over a picture. I think I did a video, the Telltale Signs of Early Access. That's the featured video on my channel right now. I really like that video. That's a 9-minute long video. It's edited. It's more like a like an editorial. It's more like a traditional games journalist piece, really. That I did basically script that. And it was cut, and I edited my voice in it, and I kept it concise, and I edited a bit down, and I spoke seriously. And I like that video a lot. I like that video a lot. But obviously, that kind of content, like, you know, I can talk about something like that. It's just that stuff doesn't come up that often. It's like Too Long for Twitter. A lot of people are like, oh, why don't you do another Too Long for Twitter? The fact is, Too Long for Twitter is about, for me, it's about big political events. You know, I will probably be doing one, you know, a few weeks to a month after Donald Trump gets in office, to talk about that. I'll probably do one when Article 50 is triggered, and we'll talk about that, you know. But it's sort of big things like that, you know. It's not about games; it's politics mainly, you know. I think they're good, but again, they're long-form videos. I want sort of short stuff. You know, I want a video it can be 20 minutes-ish long. It is a bit of a Total Biscuit style video. I didn't mean it to be, but you know, that's kind of what it is, isn't it? Like, I wasn't emulating Total Biscuit in that. I was trying to do it my own way, but it did come up very Total Biscuity. Assassin's Creed. I see, right. Let's have a look. I did a graphics comparison. God, that was a graphics comparison. You know, I think I don't know. I did this. I don't know why. I kind of just wanted to. I'd never done one before, and I don't know. I thought it'd be a fun thing to do. I thought it might be a thing. I'd be popular searched. It does look a lot better than the Wii U. Like, I was talking to John about it, and I was like, it doesn't look any better than the Wii U, and then I compared them, like, oh, it does, oh dear. Like, I think that's why I did it for my own personal thing. I don't think it's terribly well edited, but, you know, it's well enough, I think. The Donald Trump. I think my streams and stuff like that, like the Trump vlogs, or the GeoGuessr stream. Like, I did a GeoGuessr stream, which I thought was really, really good. That was actually featured on the YouTube Gaming homepage as well. Got a lot of viewers, and it's actually got, it's got a really bad like to dislike ratio. Like, it's got quarter likes, because a lot of randoms just clicked it and went, who is this really obnoxious fucking abrasive dude? And that's fine. I'm perfectly content with being abrasive to a bunch of people. It doesn't matter. That's not my target audience, but you know, it's a bit annoying. Like, I think the last proper message that I did was a story about my uncle. And I really enjoyed making the thumbnails for this. I can see why Dan enjoys making thumbnails so much. No, it wasn't. Was that last message with? I did Postal 2. I've recorded these in the same day, if I remember correctly. I think they came out. I really like the Postal 2 one. The Postal 2 one came out very well. Hello there. How are you doing? I need to come up with a better intro than just like hello there, because I wanted to say hello. I wanted to stop saying hello, ladies and gentlemen, because it's very Total Biscuit, and I don't want to be a Total Biscuit clone. And equally, again, I'm talking a bit. Well, I talk fast anyway. That sounds a bit more like how I talk now, really, doesn't it? Now, I think this video was good, but the problem I have with it, it's fine. Shit. Is much like a lot of these kind of videos, it teeters off a lot near the end, because after, you know, I've been recording for 2.5 hours, and the game's got, I think, worse. Really racist. More. I don't know if it's sort of ends well. I like this. I always like this end screen. Yeah. Look at this fucking. Sure. I had a song as well. And I always love this end screen. Because I had clips from each channel playing with a little sort of like overlay. I really like that. I think that looks really nice. I mean, it's shit to read. I say with the thumbnails, I just think it looks nice. But again, like... Shit. Out of curiosity, how many of you have sort of watched any of these sort of older... Shit. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, I'm gonna have to dispose of the evidence. Oh, shit. Hang on. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. See, I think that's good. I just think it's a bit overdone. I think I overdid it on the, it does sound a bit forced. I fucked up really bad. Shit. No one will know. See, I could have done that joke better, and I could have made it sound more natural, but... You know, it's how it is, and I can look at criticism. I can look at faults in it. And, you know, I do my music channel. I have a lot of instruments, and I play a lot of music in my spare time. The problem is, I'm not good. I'm not a music. I'm not a. I can't write music at all. I can't come up with my own music. It'd just be covers. And I never really learn full songs, so it's that kind of it's the same sort of thing with games. You know, I don't want to do a cover or something if it's not a full song, and I rarely ever learn the full song, so I don't. Only investigates. Interesting. You watched all of them, like. Shit, that's outside. Ah, shit. Where's the evidence? Oh, shit. Hang on. Oh, shit. See, I think that's a good pause. See, that's a good comedic pause. I'm really overanalyzing. You can fucking see. Does feel forced. I like Postal 2. Postal 2 is a fucking good game. It's a very good game to do a video on. Everything is A-okay. And that's a lot of the problem with these kind of videos as well. The game is often a big part of that, and what you can do in the game. Very much dictates how well the video is. You know, a lot of the good NerdCube, what people see as the good NerdCube videos are games you can kind of mess around with. Ones that either have a lot of creative freedom or freedom of movement or freedom of gameplay, or ones that are just bad and you can kind of break. You know, some of the NerdCube videos that have never done particularly well are sort of ones that are of maybe an older PS2 game which he plays through, and it doesn't break, and it's fairly competent, and it's linear. And they generally don't do too well because of that, because obviously you have to be able to add to the game and change the gameplay. And obviously you can do that even in a linear game, but obviously you can do it less. So yeah. It's a bit of an issue. And that's the sort of problem I had, whereby in a game like Postal 2, I could really work with that, but there were just other games. There were so many games ditched because they didn't work. Ship Simulator Extremes, I think, was a good one as well. Betamat. You know why I kept doing that? right? I don't even ever look at betas, and I didn't think it was very interesting series. I just really liked the pun, and I really liked the thumbnail was a Betamax tape with my logo on instead of the Betamax logo, and instead of the movie logo, it had the games logo. That was the only reason I kept doing that series, was just for the pun. Like, it's a really shit reason. Like, Judging Moscow, I think was good. I mean, I think a lot of these videos are fairly good. I need to sit down and rewatch them at some point, I think. Loadout, I don't think was very good. Rig and Roll video, I think, was quite good. Two Men on Reverse wasn't very good, if I remember correctly. Neither was Carnage. I mean, I quite like doing a lot of these, because they made me play games I wouldn't normally play. Like Shadow Warrior wasn't a game I was going to touch, and that became a game of the year. Well, yeah, maybe record that. And I'm fine recording other people. It's just, obviously, here's the problem with me. Most of the YouTubers I know are big YouTubers. And the big YouTubers are busy because it's their full-time job. And I don't know. I always feel a bit, like I'm not, like, you know, I wouldn't, for example, ask Dan to do a collaboration with me on my channel to get subscribers, right? I want to do a collaboration with Dan because I think it'd be funny and good, but I always have that thing where it feels like I'm kind of exploiting them a bit, because obviously I can't really give any value to whoever I collaborate with, aside from, you know, actual content-wise. I can't give any actual, you know, if people do collaboration, their channels are usually similar size, and they kind of bleed into each other, subscriber-wise, numbers-wise, and it kind of helps each other. It's a mutual thing, but with me, it's not really a mutual thing. You know, that's sort of a lot of the issue I have. Changing that was alright. Hydrophobia, you know, Clash 2. Like, I remember this, I just think remember, because a lot of these videos I worked on for like days.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a story about my uncle. This is
like, I should have ditched that video. I think maybe I kept it because I thought it was good.
Climbing would take fucking forever, I imagine, so yeah, whatever. What are you doing? Playing with oh my god, I can stand on the head. I'm gonna use you as stairs, children. Stairs! Ooh, let's have some fun. Boom. Interact with me! Interact with me!
See, that's not funny.
I'm a strange being. Interact with me. I'm on top of you.
There are things that could have been funny there, but that wasn't funny. Pull 2, fucking.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
I didn't like the intro. I can just saw the intro. Yeah, I remember a lot of these videos. I like spent a lot of time trying to make them work.
There, Birdman. Wait, so this guy's here.
Like, there were some videos I probably should have ditched.
Cool.
But because I put so much work into the recording, I think I spent a lot of time editing to try and make them work. So I didn't feel like I just wasted my time.
I should have played Xenoclash 1 or Xenoclash. Xeno, fuck off. Fill me up. Buttercup, baby, just like a massive bird. Whoa, Buttercup. Hi. You look creepy as fuck. You know, this music reminds me of that Pirates of the Caribbean game I played, like the battle music from that. Who the fuck are you? Oh, it's him. How did he catch up with us so fast?
The jail keeps the criminal away from the rest.
Yeah.
The jail punishes the criminal.
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
Father, mother.
This game feels so B-rated, it's like ridiculous. But at the same time, the fighting is quite solid and enjoyable. Face, punch, face, punch. Face punch! Yeah, face punch. I like to kick people when they're down, because I'm a bit of a dick. I'll make them.
See, again, this is the making just some good, like, sort of build-ups to jokes there, but the punchlines either aren't good or non-existent. I think they're a little too fast as well, the pacing of them. See, I really like the content John makes. He's a very good presenter. Even if he's, you know, he's a very good presenter. And he edits his videos very concise way. And the good thing about John is John can rather than fill bits with jokes, he can fill bits with information. That's one of the things John does a lot of channels don't, where he will, while having jokes in there and genuine sounds of excitement or whatever, and genuine reactions, he puts in information, you know, like especially in Fallout or games he knows, especially, where he will actually talk about his opinions of the game, like, oh, you know, I know Dead Money is this and blah blah blah, and he knows so much about them that he can actually provide information. He can learn stuff about them, and that is, I think, that's quite unique for a kind of gameplay video. It's quite refreshing, actually, because either people do full-on, we'll do 10 facts about Fallout New Vegas, or they just do a straight Let's Play of Fallout New Vegas, or they do it, or whatever. Like he mixes them very well. He mixes them very well. And I think it's very good. Now, I'm not really into any, or I'm into very, very few games enough to do that. I'm into Fallout a lot. But again, obviously, then you're copying John. San Andreas is okay. I mean, GA games very much, but again, there's some games that don't really have much thought to them. So, they don't really work. I've debated doing long-form series. Long-form series are quite a popular thing to do on YouTube. They're a lot easier to do as well because you can batch record, and that's how Dan does the completes. He records them in batches. He record a batch in a day, edit them all in that day, and then in that day, you might have, a week or whatever's worth of videos there, and which is very good, because obviously it gives free time for other stuff, and, don't have to keep the workflow. Now, John often doesn't record in that level of batch. He might record in a batch of 2. Usually, he just records one video at a time, and then records every week, which means you can stay up to date with comments and stuff like that, but then the problem with that is you can't really have much of a, you can't be ahead very much. So the thing with Dan is he can be sick for a week and he wouldn't miss a video. But if John was sick for a week, videos would go missing. Which is the sort of issue with those two styles of content. They both have the pluses and negatives, which is nice. My channel, I think I'd prefer to be a bit ahead. I think I'd sort of something in between. See, I do like the streams. I am not going to stop the streams, I don't think. The problem with the streams is I think for them to be proper, I need to have a schedule. But the problem is with a schedule is that you have to be there for streams. And when I say there, I mean like mentally there. Like I cancelled 2 of the Jingle Jam streams I was meant to be on. I cancelled 1 because I just hadn't slept and I just wasn't there. And I think that's the problem if I scheduled them, because especially the way I sleep and the way I work is that I do just sleep when I'm tired and get up when I'm awake. So it's distinctly possible I could have woken up at 3 a.m. and my stream is scheduled for like 8 p.m. for example, and then by 8 p.m. you're just really fucking tired and it's not that interesting. And I don't think there's any point to me streaming if I'm not there. If I'm just not there, I don't think it's good content. And that's important. Because I'm in a position where since I don't rely on the income of my YouTube to sustain myself, I don't need to make content regularly. Because I think if you're making content regularly, you do often lower your standards a little bit. Not to say that content's bad, but obviously any channel producing regularly will make videos that just aren't particularly interesting. That probably you might not publish if you didn't rely on it for a job. And I have the luxury of not needing to do that. I can just publish what I think is good, or what I think is very worthwhile at the very least. But the problem with that, then you've got high standards, and high standards means you just overthink stuff, and then you end up wasting time. Make a react channel. Oh god, I'm good at talking. I'm good at this. I just don't think this is very interesting. I mean, yeah, if you're listening in the background, you've sort of got it on, you're doing other stuff, I think that's fine. And I like that kind of content, and I think that kind of content has value. In the same way that the Planet Coaster series has value. But again, I want something more engaging. I want something in the same way that Dan has the complete for the more relaxed background stuff. He has to play for the engagement, and I kind of want a similar thing where I've got these sort of live streams for relaxed backs. I want videos for like engagement. I want videos for, when I say engagement, by the way, I'm not talking about YouTube engagement. I'm talking about literal people watching the video and focusing on the video and going, I'm enjoying this, you know, and you know, hopefully interacting with it and hopefully sharing it if they think it's good. Because at the end of the day, if you know, obviously, if I get back into YouTube, I would preferably like to. I've always wanted it to be kind of a backup. Like if Dan ever just like, if he goes into a coma or something, you know, I would like to have some sort of like, you know, I would like to have some sort of monetary, like, oh no, you know, oh dear, you know, kind of thing, which would be quite good. But I'm not really sure. In a nutshell, in a nutshell, I did TLDR, which was they were more like vines. So look at these. This is
Death by beating. Death by pipe. More death by pipe. Death by shotgun. You can't pee here. No. Come into my shooting gallery and be shot. Murder. Murder. Oh, I'm dead. Fuck, 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 I'm dead. Ah, fuck, I'm dead. Fuck your pool table. Fuck your bathrooms. Fuck your kitchens. No, fuck. I'm dead. Fuck dogs. How did none of you notice that? How are you so bad at your job? Kill. And kill. Kill explosions.
That's not funny.
I'm fucking dead. Fuck it.
See, I think that works. I think that's a good video. I like that. I like that. Like, I think the TLD. I think that's a good joke. But the problem is, obviously, it's very short. I want something a bit longer, and I'd be happy to do that again. Again, they take a long time because you still have to record for like an hour to get enough footage for all that. And again, all those voice lines you're hearing, I recorded the game, and then all the voice lines are recorded in post. You know, which is I've got another 2. Gee, online. Oh, I'm banned from this now. Let's have a look.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grand Theft Auto Online. I don't know what to tell you.
This is the
I've
first
been sat here for 10 minutes now. I was going to do the intro at the start, but it just kept fucking loading. So, I've been playing this game a lot, but you know, fuck, it takes 16 hours to load on a good day. So, I don't fucking know what they're doing, frankly. But fucking, get your shit together, Rockstar.
See, this is the first one. The problem I immediately realised, but this is your 30 seconds in. There hasn't been a cut in. The pace is slowed right down. That's not very good.
So I will. You know, I came in.
See, it's weird. I actually kind of weird looking at this because I obviously I played. I got banned recently, but I have been playing GTA recently, and in GTA, my character is the same character as this, but he is literally. I made him older. I gave him grey hair. And I gave him a beard, and he's heavily tattooed. You know, he's more like an old gangster style thing. He's got like the Alice Cooper kind of John Wick vibe about him. Because he's old, he's done all the missions. I thought that was the thing. He's almost it's weird looking at him with black hair and no tattoos.
What use does it fucking serve? Why is this in the game?
Oh, look at that.
Drink now.
God, it's on PS4 as well, so the graphics are fucking shite.
Showering, drinking. What the fuck's the point of this? What use
I have
does
the
this
shit
fucking
clothes.
serve?
Like, I really like the way my character in GTA Online was dressed. I'm so annoyed. He looked so cool.
What's the point of this? What the fuck happened to all my fucking money? I had
Yes,
20
I'm really
grand.
old.
For
Fucking.
fuck's sake! Okay, I'm gonna say hello to
I was
this lovely
completely
gentleman.
broke. I
How
still
you
have
doing
that car
there?
as
What
well.
the fuck are you doing? I was just saying hello. Why are you so fucking hostile? Piece of shit, I'm gonna kill him.
Now, if I remember correctly, when I filmed this, went around loads of sessions, and I purposely try and kind of not provoke, but, you know, got on people's way to get them to do that. Because even though it was somewhat unnatural, you know, it is still a representation of it. This isn't a very good video, and I learned from the fact that wasn't a very good video.
Kill him in my fucking red fucking helicopter.
Oh shit! I put it in full screen and then just like control number between them, and I clearly didn't have the channel, the fucking channel page still open. God, I'm so annoyed. Like, I'm kind of half annoyed not at GTA Online, because like it's still on PS4. My PS4 character's still there, and it actually looks the same as my PC character because, well, since I'm banned now, I can say it anyway. I was using a script, which basically teleports you to the start and end of time trial 10 times a second. It was a full cheat. The ban was entirely justified. The perm ban wasn't, because the perm ban was because I had 2 strikes, but the first strike wasn't justified, so that shouldn't have been permanent. But the first strike now is it wipes your character completely. And it's just I was so sad going, like I've played a GTA for 1,000 hours. And that character's been through so much. Yeah, a lot of the money was hacked, but a lot of the money was legit. Like, I had the apartment legit, the office I got legit, a lot of my cars were legit, you know? My clothes were legit, and it's so, and all the levels, like, I was so, like, even if it was reset, I wouldn't play it again regularly. You know, it's good to have if I ever need to do a video with anyone or whatever. Oh, god damn, like, all the levels, like, all the heists, like, everything, over, like, 3 years, just gone. They really don't give a shit, Rockstar, which is a shame, but anyway, there we go. TLDR, I liked that series. I might try and do something like that again, but they're just, YouTube doesn't like those kind of videos. They're too short. They're too short. And they're a bit too bite-sized. Like, I like them, but for the amount of editing they require, they're just too short and too bite-sized. You know? TBWF. TBWF, like, that was sort of what I tried to do with the Investigators initially. But then it's just copying a format. I don't want to copy a format. I want to, you know, obviously you can never be truly original, but I don't want to just copy a format. I want to have a somewhat original format, at least, you know, something that develops naturally from myself as opposed to just copying someone else's. Obviously, you take influence from everyone else, which I think is important. Like, I've been, especially recently, Jim Sterling has been quite influence on me. Like, I very much like Jim Sterling's style, where he will talk seriously, then just mix in a joke about being fucked in the ass. Like, I really love that kind of comedy. Like it's kind of deadpan and weird. Like, you know, he'll be talking about a serious game topic, and he just, you know, like, yeah, I love the contrast. I think that's what comedy is to me. Comedy is contrast, and that is like a perfect contrast. I think he's a bit too over. I think at some point times he's a bit too heavy-handed with it. I think a lot of times just it being out the blue is better. It's why, like on TeamSpeak, I'm on the Nerdcube TeamSpeak pretty regularly, and in private conversations or whatever, I have like, see, shock value comedy is a big thing to me. The problem with shock value comedy, though, is you risk the offense. Now, obviously, like when I did the thing on Hannah's stream the other day, where it was all white privilege, or you're holding the blue people down, and then I made sort of a satirical joke about, you know, someone said, about green people. I was like, oh, I don't like green people. What do you mean you don't like green people? How can we racist? I was like, oh, green people, you know, creepers are green, they blow things up, you know, and, oh, you know, they're green. Oh, so I'm assuming all green people probably are going to be creepers at some point, if not creepers already. You know, I was making it, you know, essentially in that metaphor, the blue piece was the African American sort of culture, and then the green piece was green piece was you know, to represent sort of Muslims, and that was the sort of satirical joke there. But you know, that kind of shock value comedy I think works. Probably in private conversation thing, I have just like said really horrible racial slurs. Not because, like, I really don't like saying them, but I think in certain contexts they can be very funny, as kind of shock value comedy. But I don't use them in thingies, because obviously, again, it only works if the person you're saying it to understands the context of the joke. Like, understanding that I'm not a massive racist when I say like the M word really out of context is important to laugh at the joke, if that makes sense. That's the thing. And context is important. That's why a lot of people, when they clicked on that GeoGuessr video that had like quarter dislikes, clicked off because they found me very abrasive. And you can find me abrasive, but I think a lot of it is as well. You need to get the context of who I am and the kind of comedy I do, and you get references and all that, right? That's the important thing there. So yeah, it's trying to make stuff accessible, while at the same time, obviously, stuff is funnier with the context previously. So, you know, that's important. Bite-sized content. Bite-sized content is good. The problem with the TLDR stuff is it takes a long time to edit. Like, you wouldn't think so for the length it is, you know. To get those footage, you still record 2 hours. But then you have to edit it down even more. And it's a bit more of a slap and dash edit, because you don't necessarily have to keep the context. You just have to, you know, with Hotline Miami, it is just, I'm compressing the game experience down into a minute. That's the joke. And I think that works. It's just for a lot of games to fully represent that kind of thing, you have to play quite a lot, especially in some newer titles, you know, for like Watch Dogs 2. You know, I'd have to record 20 hours of footage to just splice in really quickly into a 2-minute video. They're more time consuming than you think. I think I probably will try and make those again, but they can't be made regularly, and for something that bite-sized, they probably would need to be made very regularly, and I don't see that as a feasible option, unfortunately. Which is annoying. I don't know. It is. I don't know. I think a lot of what's the last message? Last message was Herbs in the City. Let's have a look at these, right?
Welcome to the video.
You know, I'll skip the collaboration. That's this last one I made.
Hi, how you doing? Welcome. This is a weird one today. This is Put Goes to the Moon. And I know you're thinking, why the fuck are you playing this? What the fuck is this? Okay. This is a game I remember playing.
Hi,
it's Pop. He's talking.
Excited.
Oh, yeah.
That, you can tell, is a lot more recent, because my style is a lot more like I'm being in live streams now, if you've watched any recent live streams. Letting the intro kind of just coming into it kind of relaxed. I like this style a lot more.
Firebird invited Pep and me to
But
the
it's-
fireworks factory.
Oh,
I
that's
bet
cute.
this is
Try to
going
talk
to
over
be a
myself,
great
talking over Pop.
day.
Oh my god. Fucking
Hell.
get in the fucking car, you dick.
I think this worked as well because it was a short game, so I could complete it. Like, I had done the whole game within the 20-minute period.
That was.
The intro's done, I don't know. But, I think that works. If I remember correctly, the reason I kind of stopped doing them was because they weren't getting much traction. When I say traction, I don't mean I wasn't getting loads of videos. It was that they were never really getting anywhere. I was getting about the same amount of views on every one, and nothing was expanding. And I would, if I'm making stuff, I would like to expand a bit. That is the thing. I don't want to be stagnated in the same amount of people. I want to get new people in. And for something like this, I want to get new people in who don't necessarily know Dan. Because obviously, most people, they know me through Dan. Right? And I'm fine with that. And, I'm fine being known, as a negative community manager or whatever. But I would like more people who sort of come or discovered me for me, not necessarily. Because it's very difficult, especially to fully be able to kind of critique your own content or have other people critique your content when you're sort of established in a different way. If you're coming fresh to me, you will have a different perspective in someone than someone who's been introduced to me through Nerdcubed. Because if you're introduced to me through Nerdcubed, you're probably a lot more likely to like me, because someone familiar has introduced you and sort of kind of slowly bled in a bit, and and there's a similar style there, obviously, and all that. And that's good. I'm not saying that's not good. Just would like new people, would like more, and it's very hard to get discovered on YouTube nowadays. And I don't want to use I have a lot of big YouTube contacts. I don't really want to use them. I think one of the videos I did, I basically just like when I was rebooting the channel, I basically just asked as a favor. To all the YouTube contacts I knew, I just basically asked a favor. I went, can you retweet this video? Just as a favor, I would just like to get a big push on this. And you know what? They all did. God bless them. They all did. All the people I asked did, and it was very, very nice of them. And it did fuck all. Did fuck all, because retweets mean fucking nothing without the actual engagement. You know, like I say this a lot recently with stuff. Like people ask me to retweet stuff, I'm like, well, I'm not going to retweet it. Retweeting is pointless. People ignore retweets. You want to do a quote tweet. You want to be like, hey, look at this. You want to have the attention. You want to actually give an endorsement, which is a different thing entirely. So yeah. Nerd keep subscribers are many true nerd subscribers make this channel. Well, pretty much, yeah. I looked at my Twitter statistics once. I compared them to Dan's to see how many people followed me and not Dan. And about maybe 5% of my followers, 5 to 10% of my followers followed me and not Dan. And I think even a lot of them are still from Nerdcube and just don't like Dan anymore. Because I know a lot of people who follow me don't watch Dan anymore. Or discovered me through Dan and then just stopped watching Dan. Because a lot of people just, Dan's content's changed since he started. And if they don't like his new style of content, that's fine, whatever. If you don't like his new style of content, that's okay. But obviously, since I don't have an established style, people, it's interesting. It's interesting. Was I the friend Dan was talking about when he said this language server is just me and a friend? No, it was Rebecca. It was Rebecca. If you watch that video again, there was a silence of Rebecca, man. That was her first official appearance in the Nike video. It's Rebecca. Way before she got employed, boy, oh boy. No, because I was employed by Dan because I was doing the community stuff already. I didn't really have a pre-established friendship with him or anything. Now, to the 110 people here, I'd like you to answer me a question, right? This is sort of what I've the sort of point of this entire thing. What content do you like me doing? And what content would you like to see? If I haven't done it before, is there anything you'd like to see that I haven't done before? Is there stuff you'd like to see more of? Is there people you'd like me to do stuff with? Do you have ideas for what people, the stuff I do with people? I'm open to suggestions. Obviously, I do want it to be something. I don't want it to just be, do videos, load of videos down or whatever. I want actual. Because I can do a lot of stuff, and I just sort of want a direction to point in. And obviously, if I don't like the thing, I want to try a bunch of things. And if I don't like it, I won't do it. But I want sort of a direction to point in. That's all I sort of want at the moment. Where the fuck is Pup? Oh my god, no, direction to point. That's all I need. That star and fly. Fuck me. I don't. Goddamn. Oh, John got my Jingly Christmas elf card. I did. I bought some cards, and there was one which was literally an elf, and it had 5 bells attached to it. And I thought, I'll send John a fucking card that when it comes to the door, it's just gonna fucking jingle. Maybe freak the fuck out of his cat. That was my plan. I wanted to freak the fuck out of his cat. That's why I gave the fucking bell one to John. Do videos about what interests you rather than what we want to see. Well, the thing is, I do. I mean, I'm not going to do the stuff that doesn't interest me. But a lot of the stuff does interest me. I just sort of want to know what people like. Because there's no point in me making stuff if people don't like it. Like, there's this thing where it's like, it should be what the creator makes. And like, yeah, to a certain degree it should. The creator should enjoy making what they make. But at the same time, so should the audience. It's a mutual relationship. It's at the same time, I as a creator do not owe the audience anything. I hold that kind of view pretty strongly. As like, I know some people like, oh, well, thank your audience and blah blah blah. It's only possible because you, my audience. We did this together. Blah blah. I don't necessarily agree with that thing. I think you're here for the content. I guess that's the arrangement. It's like you don't, if you watch a TV show, you don't fucking. The TV show creator, you don't expect the TV show creator to thank you for watching the show. Like, if you're watching the show, it's because you like the show. It's not, I don't have to thank you for liking the stuff. I'm like, if you like it, good. Good. You're welcome. Well, let me, hey, you're welcome for the wonderful world, But, at the same time, you don't disrespect the audience. The audience is important. You're still making it for an audience, and the audience matters. Just not in the way, some people I think. See, I do sort of movie reviews on Twitter. Like, whenever I see a movie, I will post about it on Twitter and give my basic thoughts on it. But obviously, Twitter's a very temporary thing. Maybe I'll do, I don't know. Problem is, like, I usually tweet about a film literally as I come out of the film. I write, as I walk out the cinema, I write the tweet while walking home. Maybe I should just come home and just record me talking about it instead. But then I'll just be rambling it now. More opinions, political chat. Long GTA ones. I'm banned, mate. I'm banned. Archive all your streams. I already do. I love watching complete series and like I watch your favorite question. Yeah, I'm not really big into my creative games like that. I don't like Planet Coaster very much. I think the pathing is shit. It's shit, and the water is shit. I get the idea with the water in that rather than have physics-based water, you have like the effects. So you've got water splash, you've got like the waterfall, and you've got the water play. So you can kind of customize stuff exactly, and you can make different kind of stuff. But the problem with that is the water like layers just so finicky, and it doesn't let you put stuff into it. And like I noticed it a lot on Dan's series, and I'm just sort of like, I did a Planet Coaster game, and I just got so frustrated with the fucking shitty path system that I gave up. Because there's a lot of great stuff about the game, and a lot of goddamn shit. Like the path, oh my god, it's so shit. The path system. Oh my god. And like there's a lot of stuff like it doesn't have water. I expect them at some point to release like an expansion pack, like like a water expansion pack style thing, a load of like water rides and pools and new water and all that. But until that point, politically focused. The problem with my political stuff is I have a lot of political opinions, but the fact is I am not a news source, and I don't like talking about stuff I don't necessarily have enough information on. Like, I talk about Trump's tweets a lot, but that's because his tweets are there. Like, I don't talk about a lot of political happenings in the world because I feel I need to be. I like being fully educated on a topic before I discuss it. I can talk about Trump's tweets because you just have to read Trump's tweets to know the context of Trump's tweets. If Trump tweets, after January 15th, the UN will be, or roll the UN, whatever. Like, it's, yeah, I mean, you'd be like, oh no, Donald, stop. But I can't really, like, I can articulate my opinions very well. It's just, I don't like conjecture. I don't like to make conjecture, especially in a video form, because the problem is, especially when you're an online creator, I notice this a lot with Dan, people do just parrot you. I find a lot of people, when Dan said Sonic 3 was the best game ever, whatever, I just had a load of kids and shit being like, oh, Sonic's best game ever, and people kind of parrot a bit, and I don't like that. That always annoys me, and I understand that you can't be helped, really, but there are situations where, like, Dan will say something and he'll have an opinion, and frankly, a lot of Dan's opinions are wrong, and a lot of the way he words his opinions are wrong, and I disagree with Dan on a lot of things. And amazingly, that's fine. We're adults. We can disagree on things respectfully, and it's fine. We can still be good friends and colleagues. Disagreements are the spice of life. But a lot of people will just sort of, like, if Dan says something, just be like, oh yeah, that's my opinion now as well, you know, and not really think it through. And I've noticed that even with me, and especially with politics, I feel you need to get into it yourself if you want to understand it. And like, a lot of people are dicks about politics. They're just massive dickheads, like, especially recently. Like, it's got so divisive, politics recently. I mean, it's always been divisive, but like now it's just, especially with what's happening in fucking America, just fucking insult throwing simulator 2016, and it's not pleasant at all. It's very uncivilized, and it is not an environment I think I want to be involved with. So, you know, I'll complain about Trump as a person, and I'll complain about specific policies, but I'm not a political commentator, and I'm not a political analyst. I'm not a political news reporter. I was tempted. I was interested. I was like, oh, maybe I should have gone. Oh, political reporter sounds fun. I'm into politics. I'm the opinionated person, you know. But I think it would stress me out too much, really. Weekly political stream. No, I don't think there's enough. I frankly, with politics, well, like, I don't read into it any more than I do for my own mental health, because it would just stress me out too much otherwise. For the love of God, if you're reviewing stuff, please script it somewhat. You have interesting reviews regarding it. Well, this is the problem with the reviews, with the Fallout 4 review that was mainly scripted. I don't script it. I basically just make a load of bullet points, and then I will maybe make 3-4 takes of each of those bullet points. You know, I'll say talk about guns. You know, talk about gunplay. And I'll be like, oh, the guns feel like this and this and this, and I'll realize it was a bit too rambly. Then I'll recut it. Then I'll you know, use the 4th take, and they'll cut bits out of it. You know, that's what I did for them, but that's why they took so long to edit, and that's why I'm not really going to do them, because they're just so time consuming. Top 10 shitty simulators. I don't play shitty simulators or shitty games. I don't find that interesting. Like, the problem with bad games is, this is the problem with Dan with bad games as well, because bad games, I think, aren't that interesting. It's games that are trying to be good and all bad accidentally, I think, is more things. That's why a game like those German simulators are good, because they're trying to be simulators. They're just not very good at being good, basically, and they're janky, and they have all this cheap shit, and you can laugh at them. But the problem is, there's a lot of shitty games, and a lot of games are just shitty. And, you know, I don't really like shitting on things. Like, I know I've got the sweary persona, but frankly, like, a lot of people say, "Oh, is Matt the insult man?" I don't insult people. I know it's very easy to think I do, but I you can look at my Twitter, and you can look at how I talk to people, and yeah, I will throw like jokey insults out to friends, but I don't insult people. I don't like, you know, I'll say a game shit, but I don't like just shitting on people or insulting people. I'm generally quite a polite person. I'm generally quite a respectful person. You know, I always think, even if you're being a dickhead, you know, especially on the subreddit, like, I know Dan gets very annoyed with some people, but I am very much a person who if you have criticism, I think you should air it. And even if you fully disagree, or you don't like Dan, or you think this and that, it's important to empathize. Like, you know, someone said, "Oh, Dan doesn't work hard," right? And from his perspective, with the information they have, I can understand why they would think that. That's the importance of empathy. Like, you can think they were being a bit of a dick about it, but from their perspective, and for the lack of information they have, it's conjecture. It was conjecture-based misinformation, and they, you know, you can empathize with that, and then rather than berate them or insult them, you talk to them, and you be like, "Okay, so it seems you don't have this information, this information, this information, and with this information, I hope you understand the context now, you know, and you know, understand the context. You know, like, Dan does work hard. You know, I understand that you look at this and this and compare them and be like, oh, it looks like this and more than that. But when you actually take into account this factor and this factor and this factor, you know, and you don't know this and you don't know that, you don't know, you know, all this, and and then he was a dick about it anyway. But I don't insult people. It's easy to think I do, but I don't, and you can look, I don't. I have told people to fuck off on Twitter sometimes. A couple of times I have people, like, genuinely tell people to fuck off. Especially when I say something about Trump, and someone goes, "Oh, but Hillary was going to do this thing." And at this point, I'm just like, "No, fuck! I'm not talking about Hillary. Fuck off. I don't want it. No, just fuck off now." Because there's no political discussion there. There's just you're bringing up something else to try and invalidate a point I'm making about something unrelated. Like no, or people who are disrespectful. Like if someone's being massively like I someone before on Twitter, because Dan made a retweet about Clinton wanting a war with Russia or something. So lies made up. And Hillary Clinton does not want a war with Russia, right? And people were like, "Oh, but she wanted a no-fly zone." The top general said that would cause a war with Russia, so that means she wants a war with Russia. And I have the thing where I was literally more about the wording I was bothered with. I'm not defending. I'm literally just saying that because Clinton is willing to risk a war with Russia for a no-fly zone, she doesn't mean she wants war. Like, I can want to eat a pizza and want to eat a lot of pizza and risk eating a lot of pizza, but I don't want to get fat. That's the kind of metaphor I was using. And then people were just being a dick. Someone's like, "Why don't you do your research before you talk?" It's like, "Oh, you're just being a dickhead, mate. Fuck off." Then I'll do. But, it's important to... it's important to have context for that. Let's have a look at I got a lot of people with politics especially. It's like I see a lot of people like, "Oh, I'm down," and they say it jokingly, but down for prime minister, stuff like that. Like, I think a lot of people look at political opinions and not actual reliable. Like, Dan would be a fucking terrible politician. Like, Dan has ideas, but often Dan is compulsive. He's quick to judgment. He's impulsive. Was the word I meant to use. He's compulsive. He's quick to judgment. He is often dismissive. He is often very hard standing on his beliefs. Sometimes a bit close-minded about some of them, and he's bad at managing people. So, like, he'd be a shit politician. Even if he'd probably make a very good advisor to a politician, but he wouldn't be a very good politician. Similar to me, like, just because I have political opinions that you think are good doesn't mean I'd be a good politician, Yeah, good intentions don't lead to good things. This is true. Yeah, that's why I don't like politicians. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. But right, I've been going for an hour and a half now, so I think I'll finish up now. Thank you for the chat. I might try and do more of these. I don't know. I might try and just do more, like, get the rambles out of my system this way. Just do like a fucking I might do a few more of these coffees with Matt. Coffee time. Do the larger thing and just have a chat. Because I can do that on YouTube. Actually, you can do that on Twitch now. They've got a new category. YouTube is a better platform for actual video. And I'm all for the video. That's why I use XSplit. A lot of people are like, "Why are you using it?" I can make better looking video with XSplit. XSplit has more options for effects and transitions and scene transitions and source transitions, and I can add things to it quicker, which is very important for me. Because Dan's like, "I want to do this thing," and it's like 10 seconds before the thing starts. I'm like, I don't know. It takes a lot longer to add stuff in OBS because it goes through like three fucking windows. Where in XSplit it's just one click. And anyway, I ramble a lot. That's what I'm good at. That's why I'm bad at edited videos, because I kind of ramble. That was actually another problem I had with edited videos, where I'd say a joke, but that joke relied on something I said earlier, but it was something I ended up cutting out because either the take wasn't good, or it didn't make sense in context, or it was halfway through a scene. Like, that happened a lot, where I'd say something halfway through like a cutscene or something, or halfway through some sort of sequence, and it wouldn't make any narrative sense without the first half of that sequence, but then it's just silent. There's problems there that you don't even expect, but that's the problem with the fast-paced edited comedy stuff. There are a lot of problems you do not expect, and I think that's what a lot of people forget when they look at Dan's content. Those problems are quite regular. Anyway, yes, I might do more of these over Christmas, because I don't think, especially when people are in school and work, I don't think many people are going to listen to this. But this is a Saturday morning, and it is December 24th, so this is probably a reasonable time to do this. Anyway, although I won't be making any content till after Christmas, so I will I'll say Merry Christmas. Hope you have a good Christmas. Look at me, I'm being polite. I just get a bit weird because on the fucking Yog stream, Calf's just really fucking nice to people. Like reads the comments out. He's like, oh, and someone's like, oh, I'm He's like, oh, good job. He's like, oh, thank you very much. I'm like, oh god, no. just like my attitude is like be sweary and like jokey dicky to people, because when you really like, I really like when I go to meetups, because when I go to meetups, I can go, I'm just fuck off now, leave to people, and then walk away, and that's perfectly fine in character, and everyone's fine with that. Like no one else would be able to just tell people to fuck off and then walk away. Like that's what I quite like about the persona. Gives me the freedom to do that. But yeah, I hope if you're not gonna have a good Christmas, because I know a lot of people don't. I have not had some good Christmas myself, but I hope at the very least it is tolerable. There we go. I hope it's a tolerable Christmas. Yes. Least tolerable at the best good. At the worst tolerable. There we go. If you don't celebrate Christmas, well, who's the fucking Grinch? Or you know, Jewish, or you know, Buddhist. Or, I don't. You know, I don't really know. I'll be honest. I like Christmas. It's my favorite holiday of the year. I got very annoyed this year because I didn't get a tree. It's like I left it too long to get a real tree, and I haven't. Obviously, this is the first Christmas in this new flat, so I'm like, oh, I have to. Oh, I don't know how to get rid of it here. If I got a real one, and I was gonna get a fake one, and then they were all really expensive, and I was like, oh, I don't have anywhere to put it, and I just didn't bother in the end. I keep rambling. I'm a bit tired now. I've been up since 26 hours. 26 hours. 26 hours. Good. I say it's morning coffee with me. I mean, it is morning, and I am drinking coffee, but I've been up 26 hours, so really it's the middle of the night for my body clock. Anyway. Happy May your Winterfest be an orgy of delight. Good, fucking Maglorian. I like that name. It's a good name, Maglorian. There we go. Good, that works. I'm gonna kill myself now.